Well, hello, my name is Luis. I'm from luisreviewer.com. It's just a little web page. I do it as a hobby where I talk about movies, music, TV shows, uh, documentaries, things like that. Um, I'm a huge movie music fan, and it's just a page where I can just share my thoughts about a film I saw. Just my opinion. I never tend to say that my word's final or whatever because maybe something I didn't like someone else does. So I just basically share my opinion, and my hope one day is that people comment and respectfully we can all talk about what if you didn't like it, why didn't you like it, and all that. So, but anyway, I'm starting to do this, and I was thinking, that this is the best and the worst time to start a video podcast, and I will explain myself. Good because I have the time, because we're forced to stay at home, so uh, I can take a little bit of a time and do this. And when I say the wrong time is that May, theaters are closed, so the movies have been all pushed back. So since the quarantine started, I have seen mostly old films, little new ones, because I don't want to rent them for $20. I'd rather buy them. Um, so I was thinking. I mean, people who do this for a living, because I'm doing it for fun because I want to. But people like those shows in ESPN that they analyze sports. I put myself in their place, and it has to be hard because they're still doing their shows because they want to work. But what do they talk about? There's no games, So they sometimes I hear them and I feel like they're just looking for topics because they need to talk. So maybe I'm gonna start out like that. Maybe just talking a little bit about what I've been seeing. Maybe most of them will not be new. I'm gonna try at least rent as recent films as I can. I know that on Friday I'll be seeing the Trolls movie because my family loved the first film. I love the first film, and we want to see the second one. So it will be released on pay per view, on demand, Apple TV, Amazon. It's going to be released instead of the theater. It's going to be released worldwide for people to see in their homes. Hopefully, we'll be able to go back to the movie theater. I really miss it. To me, that was the escape. I much rather see a film in the theater than at my home. I do it, but to me, I have to see it in the theater. But safety first. So hopefully we will be able to survive this and basically be able to live normally and not fear, about getting this virus. But so the most important thing, people, I hope everyone is safe. I say that in all my videos, so I actually hope you're safe. Well, what can I say? Um, I was reading a couple of things. I was reading an interview by Alice Cooper, which I felt was really interesting because he was talking about what question he would ask to Bob Dylan, and I found it really interesting because I never thought of it. He said that Bob Dylan doesn't use a teleprompter. I think that's the thing they have on stage where they read the lyrics, and it got me thinking, man, if Dylan, who still performs, doesn't use one, that man has a blessed memory because those songs sometimes are so long, sometimes lasting 10 minutes. And I know he might change a lyric or two, but to sing the song completely without reading it at his age and even before, because, I, I heard albums where he played live and singing 7-minute songs like that. And I don't think back in the 60s they had that yet. So, amazing performer. Amazing. I was reading that uh, just right now before I started doing this podcast. Um, so what have I been seeing? Like I said, I've been seeing old films. I think last week I started to really want to see films of the big action stars of the 80s. I think I watched Lionheart and the Jean-Claude Van Damme. I rented Nowhere to Run, Out for Justice. That was a Steven Seagal film. I even bought First Blood. It was a $4 in the Apple store, so I bought it. And I saw them, and those movies are just good fun. Um, I also saw Sonic the Hedgehog. Now I want to talk a little bit about Sonic. That movie really surprised me in a good way. I did not expect it to be good. I did not want to see it in the movie theaters, but my daughter liked it, so I bought it for her, and I saw it with her, and I have fun. I think the movie is very well done. Uh, the story's nice. You can't expect anything big or masterpiece in a movie like that, but the story worked. The actors made it work. And Jim Carrey, what can I say? He really made me laugh. He was funny, and he really made the character, you know, silly but evil and funny. What can I say? It's Jim Carrey. So I saw that one, and that one I liked it. I enjoyed it. I also saw there's a video review of this one the way back with Ben Affleck. Another movie that I saw was Citizen Kane. Now I was looking for a film to see honestly, and I said I never seen this one, and I've heard so much about it. Spielberg uh, glorifies that film. It's at the top of the list of the American Film Institute. Top 100 films of all time is number one. So I said, I gotta see this film. I gotta say, I liked it. As I saw it, I understood why those directors held that film on such high praise, because the film is really shot in unique ways. I mean, there are shots where you can see the characters through a glass, and it's really artistic shots. And I don't think they have been done before. They have been done since, but not before. So I understand that the visionary directing or photography used for that film, I think, is what makes people or those directors consider the film the absolute best. I did like it. The story is very good. It's very interesting. The acting is good. I cannot call it my favorite film of all time, but not because it's bad. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of movies, I recommend it. It's really good. It's really good. But I cannot call it like my favorite or put it at the top of my favorite list, which is hard to do because my list changes every day. So, because I cannot put one movie as the best. I think every movie has something. There's different kind of movies that are great in their genre. So to pick one for me is hard. But anyway, Citizen Kane, all these films I'm talking about, you can find the review in www.luisreviewer.com. So I saw Citizen Kane, and the other movie I saw was Bloodfather. That one is on Netflix. And I think when I wrote it, I said that if you're on your home in a Friday night looking for something to see, I recommend it. I mean, the action is cool. Mel Gibson is great in it. There's a scene where he goes rigs in it, so always good to see. I was afraid when I saw it, there's gonna be another Taken, but no, it was not another Taken. The daughter had strong presence in the film. She went along for the ride with him. She was strong. She was not like this weak character. So the movie, I don't know. I don't think the movie was big at the time, but it made the top 10 list of watched films in Netflix. That's how I saw it. So it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix and you're looking for something of an action film to see, I recommend it. It's not long, so it's a short film. Goes right to the point, right to the action. I think there's Diego Luna is also on that film, the actor that appeared on the last two seasons of Narcos. So he was good in it. So that's another film I saw. I saw two documentaries this week. I saw the documentary on Chris Farley. Chris Farley as people might know. He's a comedian from Saturday Night Live. He made a couple of films. Uh, People hold Tommy Boy as a classic. Me personally, I liked him on Saturday Night Live. I was not a big fan of his movies that he was on his own because he appeared with Adam Sandler, I believe, in Billy Madison. I did like Beverly Hills Ninja. That was a little funny. But I saw the documentary because um I like documentaries, and his case is really sad because he was young, and he just was careless. He didn't take care of himself, and I don't think he. I think he acted that way just to keep the persona and the funny Chris Farley going when he just needed. He had the talent. He didn't need the excess or the craziness. I don't think he needed that because he was naturally funny. So the documentary is really interesting. We get to know him from childhood to what tragically happened, and we hear from his friends, Adam Sandler, uh, even Bob Saget from Full House was in it. He appeared to be his friend, and others. David Spade talks about him. So it was a really interesting documentary. I recommend it. And the other one I saw was Liam Gallagher, As It Was. Now, I cannot say that I have listened to his music after he left Oasis. I think I stopped hearing Oasis when they did the third album, I believe, the one with All Around the World and Stand By Me. I love that album. But after that, I don't know why I lost interest in buying their records. Um, and they are throwing a lot of documentaries. There's one, Supersonic, which is a good documentary. Um, but this one is focused on Liam. And what I found interesting was that it starts right in the breakup of Oasis. I didn't know they suspended a concert in Paris because Liam and Noel got into this big fight, and Noel said, "I quit," and he left the band. And from that point on, the documentary just shows how Liam handled that. You know, the failure of his first band after Oasis, and the success of his solo album. Um, I wonder, and I think the band is really good, and what I don't think uh, Liam and Noel understand is that the combination of the both of them that made them great. Noel is a great songwriter, but Liam has the charisma of a frontman, and Noel can sing, no doubt about it. He can play, but Liam is a little bit more of a charismatic frontman, and I think if they could just get past whatever it is they're fighting about and get back together, it would be great. Uh, Forget the music. I mean, it's sad. They're brothers, and you can see in this documentary the mother being torn apart because both of them are her sons, and they're fighting, and there's no way to tell who's right or who's wrong. I think Liam has said in interviews that he's tried to reach out to his brother, but his brother claims that he says that's an interview, and in private he's insulting his family. So there's a lot to be resolved. I hope that they get to do it before it's too late. You know, if Guns N' Roses did it, they're brothers. Come on. But anyway, the documentary. If you're a fan of Oasis or just interested in what happened with the band, is a good documentary. Obviously, it only offers one side because Noel is nowhere to be seen in new interviews. He's seen in interviews with the archive footage, but nothing new. So that is something I have seen this week. I think that's mainly sums up what I've been seeing this week. I've been watching the Star Wars Clone Wars series, but I haven't finished it, so I don't want to talk about it that much yet. I'm still on season 3. I'm trying to get to season 7, which is the series finale, and just see how it ends. So the one last thing I wanted to talk about, just because last week it was the 26th anniversary of the death of Kurt Cobain. Um, I remember that day. I remember it well. I think I was still in high school, and it was a shocking moment. I don't think. I mean, when I hear his songs now, I see. I think those around him were. Well, they must have been aware, and they were concerned. But I never expected it to happen, and it's really sad. It still is. I saw when I saw the documentary Montage of Heck, it broke my heart because he seemed like a very good person, and he was really in pain, and leaving his daughter behind like that because he didn't want to be a rock star, and people, I don't like it when they downplay it. He was a rock star. What about, we have to put in people's shoes. We don't know. Uh, it made it appear that he had everything, but he had a tough life, and it's sad today. To this day, it still makes me sad, and even though I was more of a Pearl Jam fan, I respect Nirvana and what they did, and I do like their album, especially In Utero. Um, I recommend the live album. I think it's called Live and Loud. It's based on one of their last shows on MTV, which had a cool story. They were supposed to play like have a set because Pearl Jam was supposed to play the other, and Pearl Jam for some reason didn't show up, and Nirvana just said we'll do it complete, and they did a complete show, and it was a great show. I saw it live. I don't know if it was a New Year's thing. MTV, when they played music, they used to do concerts in New Year's Eve, and I think this was one of those. I think it was one of those. Memorable. I mean, they used to. I think MTV lost direction with those reality things they did, but that's enough topic. So they released that on vinyl. I got it on vinyl, so I recommend it. We remember him. Uh, you know, his music lives on, and if you never heard it, give it a chance. It's raw. His lyrics are raw, but I think he wrote, and that is one of the reasons he connected with people. He wrote from the heart, and you may not like it sometimes, but that's what he was feeling, so he wrote it. It makes sense. It might not make sense to some people, but it connected with a lot of young people at that time. So I'm really uh, enjoying this time that I get to share just thoughts, random thoughts. Hopefully, if you see the video, you like it, you can comment on the comment section. You can subscribe. I'm gonna try to do this as much as I can. Um, Hopefully, soon we'll be able to leave our homes and go back to a normal life and hopefully see movies. I'm gonna try to do the reviews both written because I enjoy writing, and I'm gonna try to do them verbally. I'm learning. I'm trying to do the best I can. I don't have big equipment or whatever, but I'm gonna try just to give you my best in terms of what I express to you in my opinion. I'm gonna be releasing today also a review for the Hunters uh, Amazon Prime program, so check it out. So I hope you stay well. I hope you're well. Visit my page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.